Get it.
Listen, I I'm so in love with
Did
you.
all that yesterday.
Hey, that was just my intro.
Valentine,
That was my intro to the Valentine's Day episode.
All
It's
right.
Valentine.
I
Feel it.
need.
Okay.
You
Okay.
make me feel so brand new. That's where y'all supposed to come in
Stop
like.
playing
Then
with
you
him.
pick up. You pick up, Dominique.
Oh no, I ain't right. You gotta pay for this, man. You gotta pay for it. Let's do it though, man.
Let's go, man. So welcome to the End of Bonus
Wait,
podcast.
cool. Let's hit them. I hit them with a 3-2-1 every time, man. So everybody get ready. Go ahead, hit them with a 3-2-1. Then you
They
start.
all gonna still be ugly though.
Oh God.
If you can't do it 3 seconds.
Yeah, about to do his light skin face at one.
It's a dark skinned face first, man. Light skinned people came from dark skinned people. Let's go.
All right, 3, 2, 1. Welcome to the End of Bonus podcast. We're excited to be back. We just finished Valentine's Day weekend. And so I know this podcast is about sports, but you know, when it comes to dating, it's all about who got game and who doesn't. And so I know Valentine's Day is definitely one of the biggest battles between men versus women and all that great stuff. So how was you guys Valentine's Day in general?
I'm
Oh,
out.
hey,
Larry. Oh.
I mean, the day before was pretty good. You know, I had to work Valentine's Day. So the day before it was my Valentine's Day. Me and wifey, we went out, ate, had a decent time. It's pretty good.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Yeah, my household, man, we kind of do Valentine's Day like early. Like I gave my gift out like Friday. We just spent time together, man. That's the biggest thing. We just spent time together. We ain't doing nothing special. Just spend time with the family. That's about it for me.
Okay. What
Is
about
it
you,
me
Nick?
or Trey? Don't even matter.
Oh, so for my shorty, I had the boys. I kept the baby with me on Saturday. We went to the mall. We kicked it. I bought some gifts and stuff. She went and got her nails and her feet done. You know what I'm saying? Got her hair done, and then I made her like a little scavenger hunt. I wrote a little riddle in a book. I set on the floor, and then she had to look around the house for her gifts.
Oh,
You know what I'm saying? I got her some UGG boots, edible arrangement, um, some
And
little
went all out, man.
some
yeah.
crystals that she liked. You know what I'm saying?
Talk that talk, man.
We dropped the
You know what I'm
bag.
saying? Hey, bust that little check, a little check, bust a little check, and and then the next day I gave her the UGG boots, and then we just kicked it, watched the movie and stuff like that. Had Christian
Was the
conversation.
UGG boots the high tops or the low tops?
Low tops.
Mm.
Why you say?
I don't know. I don't really like
She
them.
got a couple
Them
of the
toes look weird, bro.
she got a couple of the high tops. So I was like, let me get her something different,
But I think I look at them different now since dudes wear 'em. Like it just throws me off.
I ain't
It's
seen
just
dudes wearing Uggs since like 2014, bro. I ain't never seen.
2014. I just seen
Yeah.
somebody wear it last year.
dudes be wearing the
Yeah, me
low
too.
top Uggs, bro. For
I
real.
seen
For
like
real.
the slip. You talking about the slippers or the actual?
Nah,
like
the
Nah, the
the
actual
laces,
boots.
Bro,
the low top joints.
I haven't
Dude-
seen any dudes wear
Dudes
those.
wear the low top joints. The last dude I seen wear a high top was Lil Wayne.
Hey, so
That's what I
man,
was gonna say.
if you liking the low tops, rocking the low tops, let us know in the comments, man. We want to know who's still rocking low top.
Hey, and if you comment on this, I know some of y'all who be wearing them joints, so don't cap.
Call them out. Y'all can get a shout
What's
out.
my man? What's my man that will be on IG? That'll be like, I remember when y'all used to wear these.
Oh yeah.
Hey, if we see you, we're gonna do you like Gilbert used to do back in the day.
Look at the shoes. Look at the shoes.
Shout
But
out
no,
to
cool.
Gilbert, man.
Shout out to Gilbert. Look
Cool.
at
What you
shoes,
do
look
for
at
Valentine's Day?
Yeah, man. So Valentine's Day was a little surprising. So y'all know my granddad died this past week.
Yeah.
So that's why I wasn't in the last episode. But I got to see my girl due to those unexpected circumstances. But me and Trey actually shot a wedding on Valentine's Day. So shout out to
Hey,
Optical Illusions. We spent our day capturing people's love. Hopefully they can cherish it for the rest of their life.
yeah, so we still got to celebrate love yesterday. Just not with our girls, with each other. Celebrating somebody else's love with each other.
Nothing wrong with it, man.
So look, so y'all responses actually got me thinking about something different. So I know Dominique talked about spending quality time with his family. So let's kind of put people on game to kind of how we think as men in general. So have you guys ever heard of like the 5 love languages?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely heard of that.
All right, so I'm gonna go through them. I'm just curious to see what y'all ever. Let me go through them first, and then we can talk about it. So the first one is quality time. You have acts of service. You have gifts, physical touch, and words of affirmation. Right. And I think the reason I know this is the basketball podcast, but I think women don't have as many opportunities to get into our heads and kind of see how we think. And definitely depending on who talking, everybody's different. So have you guys ever looked into it or kind of narrow down like maybe
Heck
two
yeah.
that kind of
Yeah, I did a survey about it. I actually went to like a marriage retreat, so yeah, I'm familiar with it. My love language is physical touch. My wife's is quality time. So like I said, Valentine's Day we spent quality time. I know she loves to do that. Don't even have to be nothing major. Just us sitting there watching a movie. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even got to talk. It's just us being in the room together, vibing together. So that's the way she likes to show her love. What about y'all?
What about
Mine's
you,
mine's
ladies?
is physical touch. My wife's is words of affirmation. Yeah, so that's how that go.
So do you like find yourself like on a regular basis trying to give her words of encouragement? You know what I'm saying? Like, do you purposely go out and do that?
Yeah, all the time. I have to. If you don't, like, you gotta do that more than anybody, especially with you being her significant other. She can get it from anywhere somebody else, and it's not gonna mean as much if it don't come from you.
That's real.
So
What was the 5? Hit me with the list. Ooh.
He ain't married, man.
so the first one is quality time.
Mm-hmm.
Then we got acts of service.
Okay.
Then we have gifts, like gifts given. There's physical touch, and then there's words of affirmation.
What's the difference between services and gifts?
Right. So go ahead, Nick.
So services could be like the little things like say you got to get up at like a certain time and then you get up and she already got your shower running. You know what I'm saying? It's just like gestures, you know.
So
Or like,
just-
cook, or like cooking breakfast or something like that.
Yeah, massages.
Because gifts is like she buy you jewelry, she buy you some shoes.
I get like physical gifts. So like gestures of affirmations. We talking about words of affirmations.
yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Gestures of affirmation.
Yeah, like you look
Yeah.
amazing today, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Dang, well-
that's words of affirmation. Yeah.
Dang. Well, before I get to mine, I just want to point out why y'all like being touched on so much. Both of y'all was like, mine is touch.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Don't worry about
You know
it.
what? It's
My love
crazy.
language is
I find a lot of men saying that, and I mean, it doesn't even like for me personally. I love. Okay, I'll be honest. I love sex, but I love just cuddling too. I mean, I don't know. That's just me, bro. Like I'm a man, but I love to cuddle. That's
Nah,
just-
hold on. Nick, what's so funny, bro? What's wrong with that?
I'm being honest. Hey, so
There's
I
nothing
can
wrong
be. I
with
can be
cuddling, bro.
honest.
I
Alright,
like
so-
to get cuddled too. I don't mind being the
Then
little
what you
spoon.
laughing at? You fake.
I
Alright,
don't
he
mind
just-
being
he-
the little spoon.
A lot of men
sometimes.
just don't
Yes.
like to say that.
Bro, it be
Yeah.
the little things like as far as like when like she just roll her hand against my like on my face and stuff while we just sitting there watching TV. Like that's different. You like
Bro,
I be
imagine.
going-
I'm,
I'm
almost. So
still
I
in,
don't
I
know.
be
So I
going-
don't know. I don't know what Nick's love language is. But imagine if like your girl just walked up on you and started massaging your shoulders. Like me personally, I'm like, oh my god, like that's everything to me.
Oh, I'm definitely physical touch.
Wait, all right. So let's do this because majority of men, I guess most women probably could predict that men enjoy physical touch.
Yeah.
So what is your number 2 love language?
Yeah. So
If
when I
you
went
had
to
have a
marriage
number
retreat,
2.
when I went to marriage retreat, they definitely said it's like they gave us 2 when we did the survey. I'm trying to think what my. Give me some time to think about what mine was.
I know
I
what
forgot
mine
what mine
is.
was.
Do you,
I'm
do you,
sure
do you
it's
know
Nick.
what your number 2 might be, Larry?
Nah, I never look past my one because it's so it's so it shut up.
That's my one.
Nah, the only one I have, like the only one I focus on because it's so concrete. Like
I think mine was word of affirmation.
It's so
Words of
it's so
affirmation.
concrete.
Hey, I
was
wish we had
hard. It's
a.
like
I wish
right
we had a
there.
Blue Chew sponsorship. That would have been
Oh
perfect.
man, yeah. But I think mine was words of affirmation, bro. Like I love just getting a reassurance of just I'm looking good, or you know what I'm saying, just stuff like that.
Facts. Like
So what you got, Trey?
That's out. Well, you was talking about. I say words of affirmation is probably my one. Like I feel like me and my girl like touch all those languages like to a certain extent, but for me, I don't know. I don't know if it's like ego thing. Like I can admit it's an ego thing, but like words of affirmation, like I rather get stimulated mentally.
mm,
You know what I'm saying? Like just just knowing that you're needed, or just hearing any kind of those like we were saying, those affirmations, and then yeah, I'll throw touch in there. Number two. Touch is definitely needed.
Touch.
no, I think because I think like yeah, for me it's definitely physical touch. Then it's like words of affirmation. Then it's probably quality time. Then it's acts of service. Then it's gifts. That's how it goes. Like
Gifts is last. My
yeah,
girl don't
it's
my girl
last.
don't really
Like
like gifts like that neither. So
yeah, like
yeah.
I don't know. But the reason why we physical touch is because men, we're like tactile, bro. Like think about like we like to do physical things. Like we like and it's like it makes sense. Like when you look at a woman, right? That woman that you're attracted to, and like one of the desires is like, dang, I wanna touch her. Like if you I'm just saying.
That's
Hey
like
man,
that's not that's not that's not a first thing that comes to mind though,
Yeah,
right?
No,
ain't
what
on
I'm
that.
saying
He
is, all right,
said one of the first things.
I'll
Look,
let
look,
him.
when
I'm
give
trying
him
to
that.
help you
We'll
walk
give him that.
walk that back. I'm
Or you
trying to
trying
help
to
you
say
walk
like
that
look,
back.
she
look,
looks
I'ma
so
say,
soft, like
yeah,
I'm trying
no,
to help
like
you walk that back.
all right,
Come on,
so
that's
all right, so
that's
say it's a woman that you've been talking to for a while, and maybe you like a certain attribute of her besides her mind and her personality and all this stuff, but like physically you'd be like, oh, I like her backside, I like her butt. You want to touch it, like you in a long relationship, you know what I'm saying? It's just like she bending over at the stove. What you gonna do? You gonna give it a little
yeah.
pat.
But your first thing was you said when you first see a
I don't
woman.
even
Look,
know. I don't
you
even need to know
focusing
your
on the
name.
wrong.
And I just
Yeah,
want to
but
touch you.
You focusing on the wrong. You
yeah,
focusing on the wrong thing. But yeah, man. I mean, that's just how it is, bro.
So you
Women are
feel
very
like
different.
do you feel like the physical touch is a driving force in your relationship to be successful?
Heck no. But I do feel like, Shawty, we need to be touching each other from time to time. Like, and that, it doesn't have to be sexual. It could
See,
be like,
but
it could be
if it's
like,
your love
I don't
language,
Hold
then
think
up,
if
hold
if
up,
it's
that's
your
your
hold up.
love
love
language, then
language, it ain't
yeah,
gonna work.
it has to
yeah.
be.
So
Like, if it's your love language, you have to have that. Like I
I
feel
have
like
to have it, yes. But like, what I'm saying is just like, it doesn't have to be sexual. Like, it don't have to be in a
yeah,
sexual connotation. Like,
Yeah.
I come home and I see you. It's like I just want to hug. Maybe I just want to hug. Like come hug me. Like that's just, like stuff like that. Embrace me, make me feel warm on the inside. That's all.
yeah, just like I mean, if you like you see on like social media, if you see like a female laying with a man, a female get mad if their man doesn't like cuddle with them when they sleep or have their leg on them, something like that. Just
hmm No,
something
when I'm
simple like
asleep,
that.
I'm hot. Get off me. I'll get hot.
What
Yeah,
up?
I mean, yeah, I don't like
What up?
I don't like touching
yeah.
on sleep, but that's just an example. Or like somebody like if you're about to leave for work and you don't kiss your wife, like she might take
hmm
offense to that.
Yeah, that's real.
Or like them TikToks, if you walk past your wife and you
And you
don't
don't
smack her
grab.
on the butt or
Yeah,
something
She
or
been
grab
over
it,
at the stove.
yeah, they lose their mind. Like, what's wrong with him? Like, why he
Yeah.
ain't touch me?
Right. But see, I think that's like their response to knowing how you love. Right. So
That's
I
what I
know
was gonna say,
like
Cooley.
physical touch is one of mine. And when I'm upset, my number one thing is don't touch me. Like
Mm.
when I'm mad, like I'm frustrated, like don't touch me. Right. And so when you don't do those things, I don't think they necessarily are offended by you not doing that. I
So
think
do
they just realize there's a problem sometimes.
so do you feel like depending on your mood, your love languages rearranges?
Mm-mm. So
Like, do you
I,
feel like words of affirmation would be more powerful when you're upset?
mm-mm. So for me,
Like, you're right, I was wrong.
no, y'all already know me. I'm argumentative. I don't need you to agree with me. I I think for me, because like my top one is acts of service, right? And it took me a while to realize that because I didn't even really process because I used to think about how I give love to people. And like I didn't even realize that like a lot of the stuff I do for people I don't really like to receive back. Like I don't really like gifts; they're awkward. But like when someone does something that I didn't expect, I think that's something that like
He be
that,
touched.
bro.
Touch your soul.
Like you be out, like because I consider myself like somebody who pours into people in my life, and when somebody just does something I just didn't expect, it just like my heart is just so full. So I don't think it changes. I don't think it changes. Like even when I'm mad, like that's it. Like if you could do something for me that I don't expect, because I don't really expect people to do stuff for me. I think that's one of the things with Valentine's Day and men. I feel like sometimes we just have really low expectations. Like we just like if you touch me right, nothing else matters. Right? Like Nick kind of listed down his priority list and Larry was like, "Look, I'm focused on number 1." You know what I'm saying? So like, do you guys ever feel like that physical touch can kind of block your sight of other things that you may need in different moments, kind of like Nick said, in your relationships where the dynamics may change?
Oh, facts.
Dude, I
Most
feel like
definitely.
it can block everything else. But
Like
I agree with you. Like I don't think mine changes with my mood. I don't. But I get like I do feel like it can hinder other love languages
let
that I
me
might could possibly display or whatever.
let me ask y'all this: have y'all ever been in a relationship that failed because it was so focused on the physical touch aspect, but it didn't go anywhere near the other ones? Because I know I have. Like it was just boom, physical. It was sexual, and that was it. Like there was really nothing of substance to pull from it.
I don't think I've ever experienced that per se. I think encounters that I have that were more focused on that, I kind of prevented from progressing to relationships.
Mm.
But I don't think necessarily that I had a relationship where that component, like I've never had any physical touch issues, is why I'm not with somebody.
Yeah, it's hard for me to answer that question. I mean, I've been with the same person for 7, 8 years. So like prior to that, I mean, I don't think I ever had that issue, bro.
That's real.
Yeah, because like with Cool said, like I wouldn't even get to the point of having a relationship with somebody if I feel like it's just physical touch. Like it would have to be more than that for me to even get to a relationship.
Right. So that's interesting, right? So that concept of like physical touch is like the forefront for most men. But when you got the scenario of that's all it's about, like that's all this relationship is, that's not enough. Right. So it's kind of interesting dynamic where that's what we think we want, but if that's all somebody give us for some reason, it don't seem like enough.
Mm.
That's
Um,
real.
I guess you could think about it's also like what did it say, the 80/20. Sometimes what if somebody is giving you like all the other four, but like we're just lacking in that main one that we look for. But they are providing all these other necessary love languages. Should we be dismissive of them if they're not, you know, giving us that per se? Like this person is like, words of affirmation. They do the gifts, they do the acts of service, they give the quality time, but maybe they're not the most physical.
I
And it
think that's
is
where I mean, we speaking from a man's perspective. I think that's when a man has to be a little more mature to understand that and actually talk to their partner about that. Like, hey, I would like this a little more, you know. I mean, and just try to get on the same page. But I can completely understand what you're saying. But I think it's just so you gotta be a little bit more mature to handle that and talk to
mm.
your partner to
But
make it work.
all right, so what? So say you talk to that partner, all right, and then they're just like, I that's just not me. How do you go from there? Like, where do you go? Do you sacrifice that piece of you, or do you keep it
So if
pushing?
you were somebody that don't even want to try to make you happy, then I mean, maybe that's not the person for you.
If y'all can't meet in the middle, it ain't gonna work, man.
Yeah.
But if they're going the whole other mile that you probably wouldn't get from anybody else, but it's just this one thing.
But your love language, that's your love language though. So I would feel like you have to have that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to get that somehow.
Yeah,
That's just my opinion.
That's like giving a vegan a meat buffet.
Yeah, like they spent all their energy giving you meat, but they can't
Come
like
on, man.
they can't give you the vegan material that you need. So I feel like, because I mean we're speaking from a man's perspective, but like me on this, I feel like it's kind of where you're at in life too, like kind of just what you want. You have to ask yourself that too, because like I don't blame those females that are kind of like no nonsense about like, oh, if a man don't got a job, I don't want to be with him. That's fair. You know what I'm saying? That's fair. But on the other hand, you could be like, yo, like you should maybe try to help him get a job, or I'll try to be with him and give him a year to find a job. And a lot of women don't want to do that, which that's fine too. So I mean, I'll just say it's dependent on you. And if it's a situation like that where they're going like light years beyond what you expect with the other four, if they can't do the one and you've expressed like, I mean, that's really all that would make me happy. And they can't go from zero with the other things to like trying to put they 100 into your love language. They just not the one for you, bro. They you shouldn't, like, you should respect yourself more to know that you can be happy somewhere else, bro.
And there's really no excuse in my eyes. If they can go all out for the other four and can't give you your one, they can use that same energy for the other four to give you that one that you want. It's that simple.
But you know what's crazy though? So like, I'm just talking about that situation right there. So like, how do you even get to the point where you get in a relationship in that situation? Because like, I'm pretty sure it's like a window of dating. You know what I'm saying? So like, how do you even get to that point where you're like, okay,
Bro,
let's.
the honeymoon stage be fooling a lot of people though. That's why.
That's real.
Facts.
Like people emotions be heightened, like, or like two people might be like super attracted to each other, and in the honeymoon stage you just like, bro, like this is who I want to be with. Because then I think people like they kind of get ahead of themselves, like what they want from a relationship. So they'll meet somebody new and they meet what they want initially, like, oh, they bad, they fine, or whatever. In your head, you're already like, oh, this about to be my wife, the mother of my kids. But then you slowly realize, like, oh, this is just an example, but oh, this she don't wash dishes, or like she don't clean up, she don't know how to do X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the honeymoon stage just fool people. So you can get into a situation where like I'm in that relationship, but I'm realizing this ain't who I thought it was. You know what I'm saying?
But I will
Yeah.
say, oh, go ahead, Larry.
No, I ain't really had nothing to say. It's
Uh,
I mean, it's the vibe that gets people. Every relationship starts off with a vibe. It ain't no, oh, we scheduled to start dating at this time. Like, no, it don't work like that. So,
Next Friday at 3 o'clock, you
but
mine.
yeah,
Okay.
but you know
so,
what? For real. Oh, go ahead.
nah, go ahead, Ray.
But no, but I would say like when you first meet somebody, just like in that honeymoon phase, it's like everybody's putting their best foot forward.
Mhm.
Like no one is like you're not really trying to show your negative side. Like something about you, be like, and then once that honeymoon phase starts to fade off, then everybody starts to show their ass a little bit more, a little bit
But
more.
you know what I realized, like the older I got, that it's almost like in a relationship, I'm kind of like, I don't want to wish bad, but I'm excited to get to the point of like my first negative interaction with them, just to see
I get
how
what
it
you're
go.
saying.
Cause I feel like that tell you everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
That,
Yep.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a time. Is I think it's time essential. Like everything, like starts with time. If you think that you gonna know somebody and who they are, like down to the bone, like you not without spending time with them. I mean, and that's the issue why that's the reason why a lot of stuff don't work out because people, like Trey said, it's the honeymoon phase that messes everybody up.
First,
It's not
hold on,
what.
I gotta pause real quick. Let's take a couple of seconds right now to get into Larry audio, everybody. Larry sounds great over there. He's coming through loud and clear. No distortion, none of that.
Hey, shout
Go
out
on
to
ahead, man.
the new equipment. Hey, let's give him a round of applause, man. I think it's worth
Y'all
it.
better not. Oh,
We
y'all gonna
had
clap.
reviews looking for this moment. We excited.
Hey, shout out to the reviews, man. This is the only
Hey,
reason this mic here.
Yeah, if you got to this point in this podcast, man, go ahead and leave us a good review, man.
Yeah, man.
hey, man. Shout out to you. Shout out to your wife, man, getting you straight, man. Acts of service, gifts, all that, taking care of you.
Definitely shout out to wifey, man. She
So-
came through.
So I'm gonna say this, and shout out to World Overcomers Church with Pastor Andy. And y'all tell me what y'all think it is. Pastor Andy made the statement. He said, within 3 to 6 months, you should know if this is the person that you want to be with for the rest of your life. Like you should have an idea. What do you think about that?
I think it's different for everybody. It's
Yeah.
Right.
different for
How long
everybody.
is that
You
honeymoon
can't
phase?
label a set time because things gonna work out the way they're gonna work out regardless. There's no time limit on it.
How long is that honeymoon phase? Is it until y'all have y'all first disagreement or negative interaction? Is that when that's over?
I feel like it all depend, bro. Like you can't like put a time on it because even we talking long-term relationships. I feel like the key to a relationship isn't like a start to finish. Like it's everything you do along the way. Because it's like, let's say, oh, a year is when I should know I want to be with that person. I don't think it's unfair for you to feel like I'm not ready yet if new information comes out because it's like, us individually, we can change in a year. Like people change a lot in a year itself. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just about constant communication and expectations within a relationship. So that honeymoon phase, I mean, I feel like honestly, like I feel like the honeymoon phase should only last like a couple of dates, honestly. Like you're just
Mm.
excited to initially hang out with a person. But I mean, once y'all constantly hanging out, even if y'all still vibing and y'all dope, the honeymoon stage is over. Like you can't excuse like any surface level things that you might have not known if you didn't want to talk about it or y'all just doing other things other than, like really getting to know each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's crazy because I think a lot of it has to do with the individual person, right? So I think as a man, for me, I can't conceptualize myself being married until there's certain things that I do, right? So like, for example, if I couldn't afford to buy a ring, right? For me, that's something. It could be 3 months. I meet you. You're the perfect person. But like I think like where you are in life determines how fast or slow that process works too, right? So whether
Mm.
we're 18 versus 28, I think
Mm.
just our pure where we are in life kind of impacts that a lot. Because like Trey said, we change so much, and so I think where you are in life, where the woman might be at in life. Now, if you're talking about somebody who's 30, you know what I'm saying? Like they might not have as much time to honeymoon phase you, right? Versus when we were 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, there was never urgency, right? You could choose and no one put that pressure on you. Versus now that you're 30, you don't have the luxury of dating for 4 or 5 years. Because people ain't having that these days.
So what? All right. Well, so what you think, Nick? 'Cause, yeah, people do say, and maybe it's like I don't know. I hear this like with younger people too, like 23, 24, maybe after that like you shouldn't. I get like they use the examples of like the auntie at the cookout that like never got married, but like if you still dating somebody like 5 years, is that like reasonable pressure to be like? I don't think he like you like that. Like he ain't asked you to marry him, but it could be like something like you said, cool. Like maybe he's just not ready in his mind, like for whatever reason. Like if you feel like it's financially or whatever that he's not ready to ask her yet. But like just dating 5 years is what you think, Nick? Is that too
So,
long?
so I do know that I know of a couple. My son's aunt, his great aunt, she was dating her now husband for a while. It was years. Like they were just dating. And then they finally got married. And it seems like maybe it was like really getting to know somebody, maybe like really wanting to establish that connection with an individual. Um, maybe that's what they want to do. I say, from my personal opinion, is you dating somebody 5, 6 years, like I feel like within 3, you should really know what the hell is going on. Like, I don't know, like 5 years to just be like, yeah, we dating, we cooling, we kicking it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like, I guess it all depends on how old you are too. Just like you
Cause
said, like,
well, does it say something like what? Because I recall a friend he was telling me about his aunt, and they was together for like 12, I think it was like 12 or 13 years, like
mm,
just dating too. You know what I'm saying? But is it fair to say that maybe just because they're not married, like does that mean that things aren't going well? Like you still with that person for 13
Nah,
years, whether y'all
no,
married or not?
they don't mean that.
no,
No.
I know,
Hey,
no, I
bump
know.
that.
Some people just don't rush to get
They don't
married,
mean
bro.
that. My
No.
Some
aunt and
people definitely
uncle,
just don't rush to get married.
my aunt and
Thank you.
uncle was together before I was born. I'm pretty sure, and like they just got married like what a couple years ago. That's about almost 30 years or maybe more. They've been together. They just got married. They didn't need
Mhm.
like no paper or nothing to tell them like they was gonna be together forever. Like me, and it's completely different from my relationship. Like me and my wife was together. We dated for a year till we got married. We've been married. This year will be 11 years. We've been together in
Whew.
10 years that we've been
Shout
married.
out.
So it don't
11
matter.
years.
Like time is not a factor in a relationship.
But I will say this because I know there's going to be, I know we have female listeners, and so a lot of people going to be like, that's BS, right? Um, I would say there is, I think, with some men, some like resistance to take that next step when they're not sure, right?
Why you say
And
that?
because I'm gonna be honest, I've been in this situation. I don't know if y'all want to speak on it, where like and I'm engaged. So
Mm.
podcast listeners, I'm engaged. You know when you find somebody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. So like we when we talk about the time, like it may take whether I'm trying to save up enough money or this, that, and that. That's situational, which might stretch it out, but it doesn't take that long to know. Like, am I willing to invest? I know people who have children with people. They've been if you can, I feel like if you can buy a home with someone, you can have multiple children, you should know by that point. You know what I'm saying? Like you see Judge Mathis and stuff, or you see like these court shows where people get up there and like, Judge, we just want to get your advice on whether or not we should get married. We got 4 kids, well, 3 in the possible, and we want to know what you think.
But are
Like
you? But so you not pressuring people though that if they know
nah,
they
nah,
don't want
nah.
to be together, they don't have to be together just because they had kids though, right?
Right. So I'm not saying
Oh,
you have to be together, but I'm saying that from a male's perspective, if I'm with somebody for 10 years and I'm not married, it's a reason. And that's whether, like Larry said, marriage might not be important to me. That might be the reason. Some reasons might be this isn't what I want to see myself doing the rest of my life. And I think a lot of men find themselves in that situation, but they don't have a better option. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying? So sometimes it's for good reasons. Sometimes if you don't feel you can financially take care of a family, you might not do it. Or you just not big on titles, you might not do it. But there are some people who are just hoping. You know how it is. Y'all know how it is. Y'all
Yeah,
used to be
sometimes
single.
it could just be fear, man. Like imagine if one of you just got out of marriage like 3 4 years ago, then you found somebody else. You think this is the right person, but you're like, man, like I just went through a crazy divorce. Like I don't know if I want to marry somebody right now. It might take that person a couple years to be like, all right, I think it's time. Like some guys just not willing to rush.
I mean, I, I mean that's me. But I was married, y'all. I got divorced a couple years ago. You know what I'm saying? We're all good and cordial. We had a kid together, but definitely like for me, it is a very big fear because going into that, it was we gonna be in this forever. And then when it came to an end, it was like, bro, there's no such thing as forever. Like everything is on a contingency. And so like that was like that type of realization to me is like it's all a possibility that it could end. Like I mean, it depends on your desire and and what you're willing to work with that other person, and if y'all see each other on eye to eye. But yeah, it is a big fear. It's like you could be have an amazing 3 4, like my parent. I'm a child of divorce. My parents were married for 11 years, and then whoosh, they ended that thing. You know what I'm saying? They both remarried, and they've been married to that person, I think, longer. No, about the same amount of time that they were married, and there's no end in sight. So um I take all that into perspective. So sometimes for me, the idea of marriage can be frightening because I realize what comes with it and how fleeting it can be. Like it's literally having a committed relationship with paperwork. I
Yeah.
mean,
That's what I was
So
gonna say. Well,
so
just my fault, just to get like general though, why you think like as men though, like, and I mean I guess we could say it's fear, but why are because I feel like most women, that's their goal, or like they one of their goals is to get married. Like they're ready, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like the pressure is still the same, like with both men and women, like to get married. Why are we so, I guess, afraid of the commitment when like Nick kind of said, like it's more so of a like a legal, like a paper thing, and
So,
like not we're not scared to like shack up and chill with somebody for 12 years, you know what I'm saying? Like
have
it's shit
5
like
kids.
yeah. Like why? Because I mean, it's still like the same. Of course, like going through a divorce. I never been through a divorce, but like the paperwork and the time, I guess, like with court and whatever. I feel like even like if you built a life with somebody for 12 years and y'all not married, it still takes just as much to kind of leave and move on from that. You know what I'm saying? Like rebuild your life without that person, whether y'all married, whether they're your spouse or not. You know what I'm saying?
It's I feel like it's tough for our men. Like we take so long to figure out whether we want to make that commitment or not is because it's not the same as any other. I feel like all relationships are the same, whether you married or not. The only difference is one is legally and the other one isn't. Therefore, you can't just get out of that relationship as if you could if you were legally technically single. You can't just like, oh, I'm done with you. On to the next. No, you got to jump through hoops and stuff, like you said, court, all this stuff, and then 9 times out of 10, if you the man, like you gonna get the worst end of it. To be honest with you, I'm just being honest. We all know that. I mean, so
Yeah.
therefore, women are more subjective to hurry up and try to get married, or wouldn't mind getting married sooner than males, because like it's
But
it's not
I
really they are more committed than we are. To be
I think
honest
Have
with you.
it's
y'all
females are
like,
more optimistic though, bro. Like I feel like a man goes into a marriage and be like, man, it's like I'm hoping this is gonna work. Like I don't think women go into a marriage thinking like that. I think women like, all right, we gonna be together forever. I don't know
Yeah.
if men really go into a marriage thinking like that, man.
not
have
man.
y'all ever heard of the concept? So I've heard it before, like kind of like how women are reared to be wives. So like if you think about even the most basics of like our of children playing, like they have Barbie and Ken, they're playing mom, like
Right.
they're almost groomed to be wives while we're playing games. We zoom zoom, we got race cars, we shooting hoops, like, but it's like they've been conditioned from birth. Like the first, like you giving little kids baby dolls, they like
Yeah.
this is what it's like to be a mom. I'm 2 years old, and I'm experiencing what this could be like.
Yeah.
Versus, I feel like for us, it's almost unacceptable in a lot of cultures to even have boys even engaging in those type of home economic type
Yeah.
activities.
I have
that's
a
what
question. I have a question to go with that then. So do y'all think it's more so the black culture? Like as far as like us black men being scared to get married, like, or do you think it's just men in general?
I think it's men in general. Well, no, I take that back because I feel like from my perspective, from what I've seen, I feel like Latin men get married like young, like um
I mean, I
white
feel like
men.
that's all men, but
Yeah, I
That's
feel
what I
like
was
it's
like,
gonna
But
all.
I
say.
mean,
but
I
my
mean,
question.
the fear
So
of
I guess I
commitment.
look at it. I guess I look at it like this because I feel like I say it's a lack of black fathers in the household. You know what I'm saying? So do that make men
Mm,
not look at marriage because we don't have a lot of marriage in our household? Like my mother wasn't married to anybody in my household. You know what I'm saying? Like
But you got to think you can still be married to someone and still not be there.
yeah,
that's true, but I'm just saying
So
like as coming
marriage
up
is
as a
just a label at
coming
this
up,
point.
coming up as a kid, if you don't see marriage, then when you get older, like is that what you're reaching for when you get older? You know what I'm saying? Like
And
I
that's
it,
not the
it
first
guess
thing on
depends.
my
It
mind.
depends on how it goes. Like, say your kids in school, and like, or you a kid yourself in school, and my mom and dad are married, but we never see my dad though. Like,
so let's kind of go through the different dynamics because I think this is an interesting topic. So, if y'all, I mean, if y'all don't feel comfortable sharing, just say. But I know my dynamic was I lived with my mom and she was married multiple times, right?
mm.
I know Larry is with both of his parents. Do y'all want to kind of share what your house kind of
oh,
setup
you seen like
was?
the difference compare?
Like
So
your perspective of
like
like where you grew up.
my mother was married before, but it was only it was only shortly. My father is married to somebody else. That's my dynamic.
I mean,
Uh,
mine is my parents been together my whole life, married majority of it. I mean, my mom, I was usually with my mom and my aunties, grandmas, and grannies and stuff. My dad, he was always working. Like anytime he could spend, he did. He tried to get there, but he had to work. I mean, so that's my dynamic pretty much.
so my mom's and pops they split when I was like 2, but I don't think that like even seeing that never like veered me away from wanting to eventually be married or like make a real commitment to somebody. To go back to what you were saying, Dominique, I don't know if this kind of like getting too deep into thought about it, but I feel like it's not just like a race thing. Like I feel like it kind of it trickles over all men, and I think it just has to kind of do with economics and the dynamic of it. Because like Cool was saying earlier, um when you serious, like Cool, like him, was something that would stop him is like, can I afford a ring? You know what I'm saying? Like that's a big thing about me, like about him even like wanting to ask and propose to somebody is like, can I afford a ring? Can I take care of a family? Am I good myself? Like, can I at least take care of myself first? And I feel like with a lot of African American communities, a lot of us grew up like some poor and just some like, just getting by. Whereas like, I feel like for some, like you'll see like those blue collar or the fancy white households where those white people got married early. And I feel like that's only because the opportunity was there. You
Mm.
know what I'm saying? Like they could afford it. They can do it young. Like, let me start a family because I can. You know what I'm saying? So it's like with us, with African Americans, it's the not only the fear of it, because I feel like all men fear it, but ours shows in the lack of getting married. Whereas like you'll see those big time execs and corporate white men that they were scared to get married, but they did it because it was easy, like financially for them. But they'll end up, messing with the secretary or cheating. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it
Mm.
always, and I'm not trying to group anybody, but just an example. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
I'm
got that. Yeah,
for
good
me,
point.
both my parents, like I said, both my parents were married and they got divorced and they both got remarried. And but I think for me, and I had to realize that is that I wanted to have a family union like bad. Like that was a desire for me. So it didn't deter me. Like y'all know I got married at like 21, 22. So like I had like this deep urge to want to build this family unit and like try to do it right. Like I know it sounds weird, but it's like that's what it was for me. I was like, I wanted to have the family that are like I always wanted to have as
But that's
growing
what.
up.
Well, you don't gotta get too personal if you don't want to. But that's I was gonna ask you earlier when you had mentioned that like the what like kind of made you decide like yeah this is a person I want to be with for the rest of my life. Was it they were covering all four of your love languages like you were saying earlier, or was it a kind of a combo of everything like this is someone I still vibe with, I love this person, but I also want to go ahead and like start a family unit because that's what I was craving since I was younger.
Um, I feel like we got married fast, bro. Like we
Mm,
were still in the honeymoon phase when we got married. But at the time, I was in the military, bro, and I was supposed to get a mobilization and to Texas. So I just figured, like, I was like, you know what, the vibe I got with this person, this is good, and it's something we could grow on. And I don't know if y'all know, but a lot of people in the military get married young as hell. I mean,
I have heard that.
yeah, because the opportunity is afforded because they say,
Hmm.
hey, you get married, man, you get this extra bit of money and you can
You
stay
don't got to live
here
on
and
base. Yeah.
Yeah,
so it's
I hate
like
the Bears.
that concept of having it's like, okay, we'll be good. And so we went and did that. But yeah, we were married for about 4 years. And it was just like it was definitely it went it was on a high and then it went and it hit a low. But I still respect her. You know what I'm saying? She's a great mother. But it's just what it is. We both realized is that we were too young and we were not meshed well enough personality wise to have that success. But because of that now, um, that instilled in me a caution when it comes to that because it's like, look, I've done this, like, and it's something that I've had to work with and not bring into you know, any new relationship that I have because here in the back of my head, I have this nagging voice is like, bro, this could go south. Like this could go south. And it's just something that you got to ignore and you got to work through. But yeah, I mean, long-term commitments are scary in general. Think about you think about a job and you're like, this is what I'm going to be doing for the rest of my life. You know, it's stuff like that. I feel like in general, commitment is scary. But
I want to disagree with you when you said too young. Like that, that
for
was one of
me,
the.
for me, we were too young.
Oh, okay. Well, I was about to get you
I
one.
mean, I won't say look, because I won't say that because my aunt and uncle they were high school sweethearts. They got married right after high school. They're still together, you know,
Okay,
living
So
have a
let's
wonderful
I was
marriage.
about to get you.
let's talk about that dynamic though, because my parents actually told me a similar situation where one of their biggest issues was how young they got married. Like I think they were teenagers. So I know you guys have been married for a long time. Do you think let's for those of us that are not married, we can kind of chime in too. But do you think it's harder to grow up with a person and like, cause y'all literally like became men and they became women like together, like you're growing together, or would it be tougher to be with somebody who may be already set in their ways? Like I know for me, I've been selfish for 28 years, so I'm pretty sure I'm a lot harder to impress than I would have been when I was 18.
So me personally, I'm going through it right now. I feel like it's harder to evolve with somebody as they change. So okay, we got together when we was like 20, and now we're at 28. So of course this is time like most people are going to be evolving, actually coming into their own. I feel like it's harder to deal with that than getting with somebody that already know who they are when you're like 30 years old. In my opinion, like I feel like finding somebody at 30 years old who they are would be a lot easier. What you think, Larry?
I think you can still change at 30. To be honest with you, but I I got married. We got married at 19, and like I said, we was only together for a year.
Oh,
I
he was
feel
saying N19. I was like,
nah,
N19 what?
nah. When we was 19,
In
and I feel
1998, we was 7.
you stupid. No, I feel like it's better to grow with that person. One of the reasons why we even got married so quick is the most simple way I can put it. She showed me and gave me all of her. I showed her and gave her all of me, and we still the same to this day. So yeah, we changed a little. I can literally sit here and say a little bit, but for the most part, we the same people. This the same, the exact same.
I mean, that kind of sound like a sexy concept though, because it's like, dang, I watched you grow into the person that you are today.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like
but you can grow apart.
you
Yeah,
can,
You
like
can,
yeah.
you
but it,
can,
So that's the issue. Yeah,
you
that's what I'm
can.
saying. So like you can have certain goals with this person initially, and then at a certain point, it's like, nah, that's not what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like that's not how I see marriage at this point in time.
I
So
mean,
that's
everybody
what I'm
gonna
saying.
grow. So you being that significant other, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna sit back and watch them grow, or are you gonna have a helping hand with their growth?
I mean, in a healthy marriage, you're gonna try to find a way to make it work, or you know what I'm saying, evolve with that person to make it work. But I mean, sometimes it don't go like that.
Hey man, I feel like you get it, you get out what you put in, man.
100%, 100%. But I'm just saying it. Like I'm just speaking in general. Like that's how I'm just looking at it as an overall picture. Like some people might just evolve and not be on the same page anymore.
Yeah, true enough.
Yeah. And I think that's an interesting concept because I think people change. Like we can all admit we ain't the same people we were 10 years ago, right? And so like that kind of concept of like, are you willing to adapt to the person you're with changing? So like let's say her language is A and C, and now you learn how to play the game well, right? So she
mm,
says, you know what? Words of affirmation and gifts. So you every day, you're beautiful, you buy flowers once a week, and you're good. You're killing the game, and then she evolves, and you have to adjust to who she is now. Like I think that's probably one of the hardest changes for people.
It's tough, but it's doable. Like I said, you get out what you put in. Her initially her love language was quality time. You know, eventually it changed to words of affirmation, and
She
it
got
took me.
sick of hanging out with you. That's all that was.
Yeah, she tired of me, bro. I'm getting ugly and ugly. She tired.
That probably
But
came with having kids too, though.
yeah, I mean, kids
mm.
definitely play a big factor. Like you know, Dominique, Nick, y'all kids like though they're like some serious variables
Yeah, they
in
probably they
a
probably want to
relationship
have they
equation.
probably want to have alone time at that point in time. Like once you have kids with you 24/7, it's like, man, I need some alone time. Even though I know I haven't spent time with my husband, but he should understand. Like I just
And
want to
then
get
and then they can change you too. I know we was talking about growth and change. Kids will definitely change you. Definitely.
yeah.
I know for a fact, like my youngest son's mother. Um, I know one of her love languages is definitely quality time, and I would say maybe the second one is probably words of affirmation, and then a third one might be acts of service. Like gifts is on the bottom of her list, and I think physical touch is like the one right before that. So that was like that I think that one was like one I think that we had an issue with as we grew into our relationship, because here I am like, hey, and then she's a more of an introverted individual. She'd probably kill me if she knows talking about this. Um, she was an introverted individual, and she's not the most touchy feely person. Like she's the type of person that anybody, like if you hug them too long, she'll kind of be like, all right, like that's too much. But she she suffers me enough so that way I can get my physical touch. And I've learned that, I guess I dial it back. Like I'm still gonna get my physical touch, but I just had to dial it back a touch, because sometimes you gotta. That's where the compromise comes in any relationship. Like you have to realize how much do I value this person? Do I value this person enough to sacrifice this certain amount of my love language or what I require, to make this successful? And I feel like that's a big part. Like we could always say, like, you know what? No, I'm selfish, and this is what I want, and I deserve what I want. But then it also comes down to is like, what does this person bring to me? How does this person make me feel? And you have to transcend that, and you got to make compromises and concessions in order to make
What's
that
what's
work.
the what's the most important part of the compromise? The ask or the give?
Mm, that's a good one.
I,
I
s-
mean,
I
that's
think they equal. I think they go hand in hand. Because if you don't ask, like that's a form of communication, and we don't need to go into that. We all know that's key in a relationship. Like so, your significant other will never even know what's going on. Like just by you sparking their interest by asking, I think that's a game changer. And
Yeah, I
then
was just gonna.
the giving is a given.
Yeah,
Like
I was just gonna ask because I know like sometimes men we like miss the mark. Like, is it a fair expectation for us to know, or is this something that we should be told?
oh my
Right.
god.
So how they want to be loved, their love language is. If you're in a relationship with somebody, is it fair for the expectation for you to know how they want to be loved, or is this something that we might should be told?
I'm
I
tell you,
think if you ask a lady, a female, that they're gonna expect you to know. But
they want
from a male's perspective, I feel like, I mean, even after being with somebody for a long time, it's like people evolve. So sometimes I just don't know, like
yeah.
how you want to be loved. So I'm not
um
perfect. I feel like Larry. I feel like Larry already knows what Erica wants. But
so
And I
observation.
would say, like, I mean, of course, like you should think about yourself and want to be happy, but I was just thinking about it from the point of thinking at the giving, like if you're trying to compromise for what somebody else wants, like I'll do such and such, the giving part
You're giving too
is more
much.
selfless than
Yeah.
like me asking, like, I want you to do this. Is kind of like selfish, you know what I'm saying? Even though you should, like, it is what you want to be happy, but I think kind of like the giving is like, because it's the selfless side, like, all right, I'll
I
do that
get
for you.
that. I can definitely agree to that.
And before I forget, this is not about this point, but to jump on what Cool was saying earlier about the like playing with cars and stuff. I don't know where I heard this at, but I heard a dude talking about it, and I'm probably misquoting it, but he was saying like even like why men are the way they are is it's kind of like how we're hardwired like biologically, that like women, like you were saying, are like it's home, like women are the home base, like the egg, and the dude's job is to literally just fertilize, like just spread seed. So we're more like nomadic, you know what I'm saying? Whereas like women are the home base, like this is where the baby is made, this is where the family is made, you get
Mm.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
So are you like touching on the theory of that that men by nature are not monogamous?
I believe in monogamy. Let me just say that. But yeah, no, I was just saying
Okay.
like I need to find it. I'll see if I can find the
Because
interview
I
for
mean,
y'all.
I
But
I don't
That's
I don't
tough.
how
believe
did you
that
That's
even
tough.
get? How did you grasp
because he
that
was saying
from?
spreading the seed being
Bro,
nomadic.
that
That's
man took a
that's tough.
He,
parachute.
Yeah, he
yeah,
did.
that
I get why you said that. I get why you
I
said
don't
that.
think Trey was saying it like that though.
Yeah, I
That no,
don't
but
think he wasn't
that is an
either.
argument that is out there that men are not meant to be monogamous. I
nigga
don't
ready for
believe
me to
that.
That's a whole different
justify it.
Man,
conversation,
black
bro.
men
We're
don't
not gonna get
cheat.
into that. I don't. Yeah, black men don't cheat. But like,
That's
I don't believe that. I'm just saying that's an argument out there. Okay.
that's a whole different conversation, man.
I was just talking about the home, the family.
I knew what you were saying, Trey. Nick, he just he was tripping on that one.
Nah,
So, ladies, if you listening to this, first of all, shout out to any lady that's still listening this far in the podcast. Men don't always know, right? Do we all agree on that?
yeah. Tell me.
Sometimes,
100%.
Now you definitely
sometimes we
both, bro.
miss, right?
Even women don't know. If something as a man, bro, if something's bothering you, bro, speak up the same way, dog. Don't just feel like she don't get it, so I'm gonna just do what I want. No, man. If you know, that it's something that's bothering you or something maybe you want to happen, that I feel like that'll stop you having to go look somewhere else too, man. Speak up to your
I
lady.
feel you on
If
that,
you
but
can't, if you can't
I
speak
feel
up, you
like
uncomfortable with that, like leave some breadcrumbs or something.
yeah, but I feel like
Some hints.
men are more simple minded, bro. Like if something's wrong with me, you can tell, or you can read my mind more than like than I can read a female mind. Like reading my wife's mind, bro, it's terrible. But I feel like if something's wrong with me, my wife will know.
Yeah,
But
All right.
I'm a great communicator. If something wrong
All
with
right.
me, I'm letting you know.
Scenario. So there's a wife. She's been getting Valentine's. We're talking about Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day gifts for 20 years, and she never likes it. Is it her fault for not sharing with her family that she doesn't like the gifts, or is it her family's fault for not knowing her
it's
well enough
But
to give her stuff
hey,
she
after this,
likes?
I got
It's
a
her
real
fault.
scenario that I just talked to
her
somebody about
fault.
today. But go ahead.
It's her fault. That's my vote. It's
Yeah,
her
It's her
it's
fault
fault.
for not saying nothing.
It's her fault.
It's definitely her fault for not saying nothing.
People
What
gonna
you
do to
say,
you.
Nick?
People, it's her fault. People gonna do to you unless you tell them.
20 years, bro. Come on now.
Hold on, the same gift for 20 years?
Not the
No,
same gift.
but she just don't
It's
like
just
That
gifts
gifts.
she
she
don't
don't
like.
like gifts, but that's the same.
Oh.
Like, and
Well,
then
not
feel like she
just
just
the
don't
gift.
like
No, no,
gifts
no.
in
She don't
general.
like the type of gifts that
Yeah, the
she
what she's
gets.
getting. Yeah, she's not. Yeah,
I
got
mean,
that.
it's the
Yeah.
thought that count, ain't it? Getting a
Nah,
gift
but it's
for you.
her fault for not speaking up though.
Yeah.
facts, yo.
But
If
yeah,
you
it's
But
her.
go-
but I think a lot of women are in those situations, right? Where like we think we're winning, right? We're doing the thing that we were trained to do. Like we thinking everybody like gifts. Let me go get the bears, the chocolate, the flowers, and we do the same thing, thinking we doing the right thing. And it's like y'all were saying, it's how do we know we're not?
But
Right. But
at the
but I think
same
a lot of
time,
women are frustrated.
bro, if it's been
you,
20
yeah,
years, is the new right. That's right now. Since it's been 20 years and you didn't
20
say nothing,
years,
it's
you
right.
gotta think like you as her significant other should be like observant, like observation. If you haven't realized like 20 years down the line, like that she don't like gifts or the type of gifts you getting, like
So
something
you
wrong.
think it's the man fault? Like in 20 years, you should have known her better. You should have known better than to keep buying her this and she don't like it.
Indecisive, bro. I'm in between right now.
So Larry,
Okay,
Yeah, so how you
Larry's
gonna say
saying,
I
how
get
you
what you're
gonna
saying.
know?
I get what you're saying.
Because like
you-
if you take a
20
gift from
years.
somebody, how can you tell if they like it or not? Like
No,
or
no,
they
I
don't
get
like
it, though, but-
Okay. Are they using the gift, or does it mean a lot to them
That's
after you
true.
get it? Like I said, you gotta be
Think about how many Bath and Body Work bottles our
They just
mamas
sit up and
got.
collect dust.
If you go to your mama bathroom right now, how many Bath and Work bottle
Just
lotions and
sitting there
body
for
sprays
decoration.
do she
Bro,
got?
but it's like if it's 20 years, no matter how they act, like you keep doing it, so their reaction to it is consistent. So like how can you not like you feel like it's right because it's consistent?
can you
But
sit in the middle?
but
Can you
we've
sit on the fence
performed
with it?
though. How many times have we, like as men, have something happen in your relationship and you accept it? That's what it is, and you perform like you're supposed to. Like how many times have y'all something just happened? You just don't complain because it's like it's not worth it.
A lot.
So
And
I'm
you've
not-
been
so-
going through it over and over, but you just don't say nothing. It's
So
like
you
the same
guys,
concept.
so you guys know me. I'm very
As
blatant.
far as what,
So
though?
if I don't like
That's what I
something,
was-
I'm gonna speak my mind, bro.
That's
Like,
why I'm kind of like Dominique. Like it, like if it's something that bothers me, yeah, like and it's something I don't like, I'm gonna say it.
I would
Like,
like because I feel like if we're in a relationship, we should be able to be frank with each other.
Yeah.
Like you got to
I-
go through life dealing with stuff that you don't, in the everyday life that you don't like, and you just got to suck it up. But like you come home and you
But-
with that person,
But
I
it's
should be able to tell
hard.
you, baby,
think-
I don't
So
like.
so what if all right?
that.
So
Think
if old
about- think
girl
about-
said I don't like low top Uggs. How would that make you feel? And maybe like
I'll go. I'll
That's
be
a
like,
she
oh,
don't
I'll go
want
take
to
them
make
back.
you feel that way. You know what I'm saying?
I'll
Like
be like, I'll go take them back. I didn't know.
But
Like
it would
it
hurt.
would not bother. It wouldn't hurt my feelings.
I would be hurt. Like
I
if
do agree that probably would
I'm
hurt
gonna
me.
do the best I'm doing the best I know how.
Yeah.
So like if I give and then you like you don't know me, like it's gonna hurt. Whether it's 1 year, 1 month, 20 years, and maybe they just want to like protect. I think sometimes women like to protect our pride.
Bro,
sometimes.
women,
But that's
you
what I
gotta-
was gonna say.
the way women
go
work,
ahead.
like they give us hints and stuff of like what they're interested in. So for you to miss those hints, that means you're not paying enough attention to her. If you're not getting something that you know that she would like. Like I feel like even if you do get her something that she don't like, and eventually you fix it and start getting her stuff that she do like it can elevate your relationship like so much more.
Facts. Like if I don't ever see her wear them Uggs, I'll know. never get them type of Uggs again. But
You
like,
be hurt.
no, you know what? Stuff like that doesn't bother me, bro. Like there's been stuff that I've done, and she was like, I really didn't like that. I'd be like, my bad.
Oh,
Like,
oh, it don't. Oh,
Nah,
so it don't
I'm
really.
not gonna try. No, I'm not gonna let our listeners think. No, even if you willing to adjust, I think it still hurts when you do something genuine and it's not even like anything that you do that's not received the way that you intended it to. I think can be a jab
I
sometimes,
think for
even if
like,
it's something small. Like if you imagine if you bought your woman dinner, you surprised her, you cooked on Valentine's Day, and she like, I don't eat that. Like I think maybe I'm sensitive, but I'm just like anything, or even if I say something and it comes off wrong, if it doesn't go the way I intended it, it can kind of make me feel bad for doing it
see,
sometimes.
So
I don't
me, the way
really. Go ahead.
the way I think, say if I was to cook a bunch of food on Valentine's Day, and slaving over the stove, all this and that, doing the works, rose petals everywhere. I feel like I'm already accomplished. Like she walk in the house, she be like, he did all this for me, and she don't like the food. I'm like, okay, I already got what I was looking for. That excitement in her eyes when she seen everything. That like, but if she don't like the food, okay, then what you want to go eat? We can go somewhere. What you want to eat? Is that
So
simple?
you gonna be willing to go buy something to eat after you just
Bro,
slaved?
I think it's
Yeah,
more
cool.
so.
because my
I think it's
mission
more so.
accomplished.
I
Like
think
she
it's
loved
more
what I
so
did.
like money wise. If I buy something, that could be returned. But if I put my time into something and you don't like it, I'm like,
Or not even
man.
time like cool. I feel like it's like maybe it's I feel like that's just surface level stuff though. Like that's cooking a dinner is different than if I'll get it. I would be sensitive if it's like say you bought a gift and it was a big old like life size picture and it say like Cool and Veronica forever. That's not your fiance name. I just don't want to put your business out there. But Cool and Veronica forever. And she was just like, what is this? That's reason to get mad. Like, bro,
See,
that's
Okay,
nah,
us.
that
okay.
pissed me
That's
off.
our
That
names, bro.
right there.
That's different.
That's
That's our
different.
names.
That's different.
That's different.
No, I'm saying
It's a steak dinner.
I'll
Okay, cool. You don't
claim.
like steak.
No, I'll claim being sensitive, bro. It could
It's
be anything. It could be anything. Like I could buy a soda and you like, I don't want that. I'm like, nah, I'm looking at this soda.
that's something where I'll be like, that's
It's
no big
like
deal. It's
That's
no big
petty.
deal.
because like it kind of it's almost a reflection too, kind of like Larry was saying, like it also hurts that you don't know them well enough, right? Because you have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, like,
What am I doing?
what am I doing wrong that I made this error? Like you cooked a steak dinner and you didn't realize your wife don't eat beef. It could be like
That's just
Yeah,
a
that's
huge.
real.
That's a huge mistake on your part. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
No, that's your fault. But I do think like it's trial and error too, man. It's like so like yeah, I've gotten something. I was like, hey, I got this thing, and like I remember it was like New Year's, and I had got some champagne, and then she tried the champagne. She was like, I don't like that champagne, and I was like, all right, more for me. But I, you know, what I'm saying. So I mean, I just didn't. I don't take stuff like that because I'll just be like, I'll take a middle note like, okay, you don't rock with that, so like I won't make that mistake again. Like I don't know, it just for me it's all like empirical knowledge. It's like I'm just collecting data on you and I'm getting to know you better. I'm just like dropping all in my mind and just holding it there. But what I think what will make me mad is if it's something that I know you like and I've done it before and I do it and you don't appreciate it. Then it's like, hold up, I did my research, I did my studies
but what if she changed?
10 out
Like we
of 10
kind of
times
talked.
before you like this.
But what if she don't like I know there's some people who like for example, I didn't used to like peanut butter, but I can eat a peanut butter and jelly sandwich right now and be
I don't know
straight.
why. I know you was
Like
about to
Sound
say
good.
peanut butter.
people change, like, and I think that's the thing. Like, how willing are you to change with people and kind of adjust to that change? Because some things like your wife might not care now. This is a good example. You know how they say women might have an increased sex drive at a certain age?
Mm-hmm.
Or so your wife might not care about physical touch now, but like 20 years from now, you might be like, girl, I need the time out. We in the bonus right now. It's crazy.
In the bonus.
Message.
So I mean, so do you guys think like you should directly ask? Like, is your approach asking
You should
or
be
observing?
you should be more no, you should be more self-aware. Because again, that's prideful. To you should be observant, but don't depend on yourself when it's involving two people. Like you can't be like, don't be that cocky to be like, "Oh, I've been watching you a couple weeks. I know you like mint green Listerine." You get mint. The next week is just maybe she was on a little kick for them 2 weeks. Like I'm doing all mint stuff, but I'm back to my fresh Listerine. So no,
Nah,
yeah,
but
don't,
sometimes they do like that. If you sitting back and you was kind of like being a creep, you know what I'm saying, watching from the side, like, and
bro.
then you
Look,
pull
I
up with that,
the
they be like,
same.
"How you know I like that?" And they be
No,
like,
bro. Listen, I
"Come on."
guarantee you, bro, the same excitement and like awe feeling that you think your girl would get from like surprising her is the same as you just sitting down and asking, be like, babe, I want to know. I really want to know what you like. If you communicate with her like that, she'll be just as excited.
Bro, I don't
I
think all women would agree with that. Cause I know
Bro,
some women like
who don't
the
want to be
fact that
communicated
you
with?
figured it out without them telling it. Like I've gotten my fiance gifts that blew her mind. Like almost like she didn't even know she wanted it, but I figured it out and got her something she would have never thought. And it was like, oh my God.
because
You know what I'm
like
saying?
they
Because you
want
see
to.
her,
But
you
if you
see her
never
show
did
interest
that,
in it.
if you never did that, you would just avoid the problem. Like if she didn't even know, you know what I'm saying? Whereas, like you saying, risk and reward. If you get something and you mess around and hurt your own feelings by you being wrong, or it's wrong and she get mad, was it really worth it? So
Yeah.
I don't.
I mean, when they love it though, that moment is big.
My girl
It's
love when I talk to her, bro. When I ask, so that's my go-to.
Like
I'm
I
with
don't
Trey.
like the
never when I
whole I
I'm
don't
talk
with
like
to
the
Trey,
her.
bro.
whole
I hear
I
you,
don't like the
Trey.
whole Amazon. This is my Amazon gift list. Go buy something off of it. I
I
feel
do that all
like
the time.
once we get to that place, it's what's the point? I might as well just give you the money. Like
It's no longer
it,
spontaneous. Like
yeah, like
it's
it's
like
like
I feel like it should be a mixture of being thoughtful and being direct.
So this is me in my marriage, bro. Like Christmas, for example, the whole Amazon cart thing. We do that, but then there's a couple things that I do on my own that I feel like she like. So it's a
so
mixture.
you both yeah. I
Yeah.
could
I
get
hear
with
you,
that.
Big
I could
Daddy.
get with that.
hey, let us know in the comments, ladies. Would you rather a man be spontaneous and guess at what you may like, whether you like it or love it, or would you rather them ask you directly
Bro, I just feel
and
like
be
that's
and
the
not be surprised?
I just feel like that's the wrong risk. The surprise risk I would take, I would ask her, I'd be like, look, I can't afford everything this year. Tell me three things you want, yo, and I get you
But what
one.
if? But that's
And then
not.
I
But
get
She be
no,
like,
listen, and then I get all of them. And she like, oh,
oh,
that's the surprise.
but no, but like,
That's my surprise. I'm not getting nothing wrong,
all
bro.
right. So let's play devil's advocate. What if she's out of your league
she be
and
like,
you
give me a Birkin
ask
bag.
You
and you
shouldn't be
can't
talking
afford
so.
nothing on her list? You would have been
Maybe,
better
So
off
that's gonna hurt your
guessing.
feelings too.
maybe we not meant to
No,
be together.
that's what I was about to say. Hey,
She
you
be
need to
like, give me
start
a whole
that.
Birkin, a
You
big
know what
Birkin.
you need to download Tinder out of your league.
Nah, you need
Find
to
you
know who
someone
you dating.
different.
That's what you need to know.
That no, you know what? Y'all ever seen Kevin Samuels on Instagram?
Nah.
Mm-mm.
If y'all know this
Maybe, bro.
man, he be going and talk about people going into their league. But like what you said, like you should know who you dealing with ahead of time. So like I ain't gonna go into any. Yeah, look up Kevin Samuels. Uh, some of y'all might get mad. Some of y'all might find it informative.
I mean, it's not fun to
Man,
date out of
uh-oh.
your league though. Like y'all enjoy that. Like, would y'all if? Because I feel like the only reason would be like looks. I guess like, yo, this girl is like super bad. I want to date her, but you realize like she out like you can't afford to be with her. That's not fun. Like
Yeah, so that
all that do is make you look like a sucker every week,
that means
in and
that
out
means the
every week.
relationship gonna be based off money. That ain't gonna go well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Cause
that's
cause
real.
that's the only thing I think of out of like somebody
And it's
leave.
more like she would be happy at like the expensive gifts you get, and you like you don't love the broke me.
But you know
So
what's crazy? Like in a situation like that, have you ever like somebody try to talk to you and then like in like the dating period, they try to get you to buy them something? Is that like a red flag?
yes.
Heck
All right,
yeah.
check this out. You meet a girl, y'all start vibing January 21st. Do you buy her Valentine's Day gift?
You know
we
what?
start wait
All
when
right,
we
so
start
all right, so
dating.
all right, so if we being honest,
Some bubble gum.
flowers and a teddy bear isn't gonna hurt you.
I just wouldn't go all out.
Nah,
I'd
that's
probably
real.
Flowers, a
I'm
teddy
not
bear,
gonna go
and
crazy
maybe
like his wifey.
Yeah, flowers, a teddy bear, and that's going on a date. Hey, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I
'Cause
feel
you know
like
they got like
bare
the cuddle season
minimum,
timeline.
bare minimum. I feel like like
Yeah, but I'm not buying
flowers
you
and
no.
chocolate ain't gonna
I'm
kill
not
you.
buying you no necklace. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
All right,
crazy.
Dominique, would you buy the meal? And this your first date too. If would you buy her meal if she asked you out?
See, me personally, I would.
Yeah, I would.
I'm a selfless person though.
Yeah, I would.
Nah.
But
I don't-
would you think differently of her that she expected you to buy even though she asked you out?
I just find it weird in general that a female asking me to take her out. But that's
Oh, like the
well,
question
Like you
is-
feel like it's too assertive.
maybe. I mean, but we.
He's
I mean,
scared, he's scared of the comments.
Hey, it's a-
true. That boy
Hey,
tread
it's-
lightly, boy.
Maybe.
Hey, it's a different time.
Maybe.
It's a different time though. So I mean, like, of course, like 23 years ago, or 20 or 30 years ago, like men were asking questions. We didn't have.
I'm not asking you no historical questions.
No, but all right, so
I'm not-
I would find it weird though. I would find it weird. Just like
All
like if a female asked a man to marry them.
All right, so
Mm.
you're saying that you
Yes.
So this is the question. I'm gonna make it plain and clear for the listeners.
Uh,
Do you all think it's okay for a woman to pursue a man?
Yeah.
Yes, it's fine.
whew.
But you
Okay.
just said you wouldn't go on a date. You thought it'd be weird if she asked you on a date.
That's different though. I
You
feel
talking
like
about pursuit? Like, all
How
right,
can
so
you pursue without a date?
yeah.
No, pursuit is
So-
like,
Pursuit is like, yo,
like
what's
it's, like
good?
if she like if she trying to get your number or something.
yeah,
that's
like I'm
different.
gonna be honest, man. I
Yeah.
don't have a problem with that.
hold
But
you.
like, I don't know. I feel like me personally, I would just feel like if we to that point, I would be the one asking to take somebody on a date. But I mean, it's just a little different, bro.
No, I'm talking
No.
about this
What
is
you
your
gotta say,
friend.
Nick? What you gotta
Heck
say,
no.
Nick?
Heck no, because you gonna make me feel like
You doing
I'm gonna be
everybody?
up here like Shawty's sweating me like
That's the wrong mindset. That's the
no,
wrong mindset.
bro. No, I need to be able to hunt. I need to be able to hunt. Okay,
Be nomadic.
So the girl of your dreams,
like
perfect.
like
to
don't
see
take
and how everything about her, the way how you want her to be, like she's just perfect. Like
so Nick,
perfect for you.
are you
If she come
admitting,
after you gonna say no?
Nick, you're admitting on this podcast right now that it's about the chase with you too? Like that's part of it? It's about the chase?
it's not even about the chase. It's like let me convince you.
You just said
It's
hunt.
like I need you to know that look, hey, let me like I don't know, bro. It's like
Bruh.
But
maybe
you're trying to
it's,
get
maybe
to
it's
the
the
same
chase,
spot.
bro.
Have you guys seen that viral
Gotta be.
video where there's a dude, it just went viral a few days ago, I think. He said that no man should ever chase a woman. And he kind of explains how, especially in relationships, like they should be two-sided, right? And so if you think about the concept of Nick saying hunting or chasing, you're pursuing something that may not be interested in you, right? And a lot of times,
whoa. Okay, not that.
no, hold on though.
But go ahead.
Not interested, but you know what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
like a lot of times there's some group of men who will chase, and once they get you, they expect you to now prove to them that you want them, right?
You're
So
worthy-
so I
you're
put
worthy
in
of
all this
being a prize.
energy and I finally get you, and I'm like, now prove to me that you worth it. And women like, yo, this dude just changed.
So
Yeah.
if it's a female that you know you want, like everything about her is right, she your type, and you don't go after her, that's your loss. When you could have chased her, like to get her. I mean, the fact that I feel like it depends on you if that woman's worth being chased or not.
I'm
Like
not.
if you out here chasing somebody for the streets, then shame on you.
I think chasing is too harsh of a word. I think I'm gonna say pursue. Because I feel like chasing
That's
is
the
like
same
I'm
thing.
like
I was about to say,
I'm gonna get
I think
What are you doing?
I
No,
think
no,
in the
no, the
dictionary, I
same
think in the
thing.
dictionary, they're the same words.
no, because I feel like chase is like I'm gonna get you, like, and they running like no,
Bro,
Like,
pursue.
no,
the
but, like, I
police,
feel like-
the police be like, we're in pursuit.
yeah, but I feel like
We're in pursuit, and they're chasing the bad guys.
because all right, so it's like yeah, I feel like she should show like that she's interested, but I guess it's like a subtle way. It's like I don't know, like I've always heard this: women choose who they get. Like they choose you,
Mhm.
but they're just good at making us
you
think
just
that
want to
we won them over.
you just want to make yourself available for them to choose. That's what you're saying. You trying to heighten your chances by being in their face.
Nah, not being in their face, like, bro. No, I'm just saying, like, I want to be the one, like, yo, you know what I'm saying, like, hey, you want to go out and do all this, and
So you don't
like,
mean chase or pursue. You mean you want to take the first,
like,
he
I
wanna
guess
take the
pursue.
lead.
I
You
want to,
wanna
I
take the
want to,
lead.
I want to be
He
able to
also wants
lead.
to be the
I
one.
want to be able to lead the relationship.
Listen,
in
that boy
sense.
Nick said, "Nah, I don't want to hit him. I want to strike him." Two different words. I don't want to hit him. I want to strike him.
I mean, I think Nick was trying to answer both questions. The whole question about what Koo was saying earlier about them asking us to take, like a female asking to take me on a date.
Right.
So do you
Like-
feel less of a man if you're pursued? Like how does, I guess, a woman's choice to pursue you? And when I say pursue, I'm talking about more than interest. Now I'm
What you
not
about to
talking
say?
about
I mean, Chase.
I'm not talking about like, yeah, I think you cute too. I'm talking about like, I just sent you a message, say, hey, I've been looking at you. I would really like to get to know you. Like,
don't
I
mind
ain't
that.
talking.
That's-
I'm not
that's
talking about
okay.
no. I think you cute. I'm talking about like, when can we get up and hang out? I'm trying to like
Okay.
the same way you would approach a female. Like, I want to take you out. I
So
want to get
here's-
to know you.
So here's what I was thinking, because the way somebody approached me, one time, they were like, "So when you gonna ask me out?" I was kind of like,
You see,
That's pursuit. I feel like that's pursuit.
when you
She
gonna
did-
ask
she,
me
she
out?
probably did it just like that too.
she was like, "So when you gonna ask me out?" And I was kind of like,
Shit,
like,
right.
why you even assume that I wanted to ask you out? So now I have indignation, because it's like, how dare you assume you know what I want?
And some people
No,
charm
she's
ain't,
showing you
work
what
though,
she
didn't it?
ain't
wants.
as good as others, man.
No.
Did you take her out? Did you take
No.
her out?
No,
Yeah, he did.
no, I
Did
didn't.
I
No,
feel
I
like you
didn't.
lying, yo.
No,
It won't because of that though. Because if
He
the
licked
right
his
girl,
lips, he lied.
if the right girl asked
Life.
that, Larry, if the right girl asked that, he would have been like, "I've been waiting on you. I ain't know you." Like, you
Facts.
can't
Yeah.
act like
If it was
It
somebody
won't-
he really wanted,
was it the
Nah,
approach
bro.
or the person, bro?
I think it was
Good
the
person.
way that they approached me.
No, get out of here. It was the person.
hey,
Yeah,
he might be right. It
Look
might
at
have
this
been a
man.
way he probably just don't like the way she did it.
I'd be like, look, like, hold up, you ain't about to.
So her ask, so a woman's pursuing that just kill your whole
Wow.
It
momentum
just-
for the
'cause to me, it
relationship.
was
Like, you
kinda
can't be a
like-
man
it
in
got-
that relationship.
To me, it was like, it's like there's a way. If you said it like how she said it, she was like, "Hey, I've been noticing you. I like, kind of like Alicia Keys in that video. She was like, "Yeah, you come in here, get the coffee," and I was like, "Oh, that's sexy. I like that." You know what I'm saying?
Oh, Nick,
I
we're
was
supposed to
like,
talk about the 1-2 punch, but yeah, we ain't.
No,
yeah,
we're gonna
yeah,
save
yeah,
it.
yeah. But,
No,
like,
we,
that
no,
now. That's too
I
late at
was
this
I
point.
was wondering where the segue was gonna happen.
no,
It's
ain't
too
no
late. Ain't
segue,
no
man.
This is a whole
segue.
episode right here,
That's
bro.
it.
We like an hour
Bro.
and 20
Yeah,
20
and
minutes
I'm
through this
starving,
episode.
bro. I'm trying to get me some Popeyes,
Yeah, that's real.
Popeyes. So,
spicy chicken sandwich.
All right. So we're gonna do a start bench cut. Y'all ready? We're going Popeyes, Bojangles. What's another good one?
Zaxby's,
No.
Zaxby don't got bone in.
it ain't the same class.
but just chicken, like KFC.
KFC?
Churches. You
Or
get
churches?
churches.
Which one, KFC or churches?
Bro, I ain't had churches in so long.
Let's go KFC. KFC is more.
Yeah, let's go KFC. That's more
We
mainstream.
could put one
So
in the G League.
Popeyes,
We could add-
KFC, and church. No,
And
Pop-
Popeyes, KFC, and Bojangles.
Bojangles.
Bojangles is starting.
Oh.
Popeyes is on the bench. KFC is getting cut.
100%. I'm with Nick, bro.
No.
I'm
I'm
starting
I love
Popeyes.
Bojangles, bro.
I'm starting Popeyes. I'm cutting KFC, and I'm benching Bojangles.
I wish my wife was in here, bro. I want to see her
Bro.
opinion.
I'm gonna start Bojangles. I'm gonna bench KFC, and I'm gonna cut Popeyes, bro. I don't rock with Popeyes. They size are trash.
They size aren't that great.
They fries always cold. I heard they just got rid of their Cajun rice and green beans. I seen that on a random post.
Why is not even?
We don't even got no Popeyes here, but I seen that on the shade room that they got rid of their best sides. No, man. And then
What
they ran
trade?
out of chicken sandwiches.
Hey, yo, they
so-
about to come out with a fish sandwich though.
I saw that. I did.
Yeah.
see
Straight,
that.
what you think?
Bro, first off, y'all tripping. Let's go. I'm starting Bojangles.
Exactly.
KFC's not in it. I'm benching churches. Y'all is wild, and you get a 2-piece and a biscuit and a side for $2 at churches. Boy,
We didn't even put churches
KFC.
in it though, did we?
That is
And then Popeyes is
dinosaur
cut.
wings.
it don't matter. It don't matter.
Hey, I had some churches the other day with Kyle, man. And I ain't gonna lie.
And they biscuits.
They
is
give
pretty
you a
good,
big
bro.
old piece
Them
of
I
honey
ain't
chicken,
had
bro.
churches so long, bro.
Bro, they give you a big old
Fried
juicy
okra.
piece of chicken.
If
They
you
got
ain't
the
had
right
churches,
fried okra.
if
That
you ain't
honey
had,
butter biscuit.
Crazy.
bro, if you ain't had churches, that just means you've been in
Corn
good
nuggets.
neighborhoods. You haven't been in a bad neighborhood in a minute. If you ain't had churches. That's all that means.
Facts.
And that's real though. I used to go to
2-0.
churches in Fayetteville.
I used to go to get it all the time when I was in Savannah. They had one right down the street from the Central.
I ain't even. Where's the joint? Where the churches at in Fayetteville? You know, whenever I
didn't know they had
whenever I
no
went to
churches in
Fayetteville, yeah, that's why I just be right on Skybo.
Yo,
Be right on
all
Skybo.
right.
But look, all right, so let's wrap this up. This was a good episode. Happy Valentine's Day to everybody out there and in the bonus land. We appreciate y'all listening. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit us up on YouTube, hit us up on Apple Podcasts, give us a subscribe, download the episodes, give us a review. We appreciate them. You guys see the review got us a new mic for Larry. So keep letting us know what you think. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Peace. This podcast was brought to you by Optical Illusions Photography and Media. Let us capture your best moments in the perfect way.